this right here was an apple and peach orchard. It was called the King, Mr. Emmett King's apple and peach orchard. And I had two uncles named Fluke and Bo Campbell. They worked for him. And we lived in a holler back over on the other side of this, at the end of Iron Ore Road. Theron Jr., my cousin, lives back there now. Anyway, they'd come up here and prune the trees and work for Mr. King. And I was just a little boy, 5 or 6 years old. And they'd bring me up here and I'd play around the bluff and drink out of the water sprite at the spring right there and all. And anyway, and they had a brother named Blue Rob that lived back here on the past college side on this old road back. It's probably a couple miles back through there. But anyway, when we'd get through up here, we'd ease on back around over there and they'd visit for a while. Okay, darling, I'll be there in a minute. And but anyway, they always wanted to make some moonshine whiskey out of this water, but it was too close to everybody. You know, it was, and too, part of the people was up here all the time. You couldn't make moonshine whiskey around those people, you know. So, and so, when my Uncle DeWitt built this house down here at the end of the road back in about 1971 or 2, the folks that was selling off lots up that little road right there, they were down there one day, and so I ended up buying a lot off of them in about 72 or 3. And it's been sitting there for all them years up until about 4 or 5 years ago. And so anyway, when I get over here and get to cleaning up, I sort of had an idea on sort of offsetting my fuel expense with making a little bit of moonshine whiskey. Because the spring water just draws my, you know how you mind start thinking, you know. Well, anyway, my wife tells me, oh no, you'll go to jail. Anyway, so I end up telling her, well, look, I don't know of no other way to do it. But so she comes in with one of them little computers one day, and she said, look, if you're going to do it, you can do it legal. Alabama has started deregulating the rules on breweries and distilleries, and here's one that already opened up, and it was the first one, I think. It was in Bullock County. And they showed where they had opened up one, and I thought, well, I mean, if they can do it. And so we made a deal. If you'll do the paperwork, I'll do the work. Well, anyway, this is where we at, you know, 3.5, it took us 3.5 years.
Yeah, I knew that.
Y'all come on around.
What's happening? What's happening?
Well, just the same old, just a different day. Y'all come on around. Everybody's in the distillery up here, and you can get you.
Them ain't graves, are they?
No, not today. Fairly well.
I'm the doorbell, guys.
Anyway,
Well,
so when I get up here and get to cleaning up
I'm
the
really
little
not.
spot there,
I'm really
me and
not the
Mr.
doorbell,
Lynn,
but I'm gonna be right now. So how are
that
y'all?
owned the property at the time, we got together, and so I bought it off of him, and one thing led to another. And so anyway, we started the project, like I said, about 3.5 years ago, and I'm where I'm at right now as far as where I'm at. But this right here is a heat sink that we're going to use to the condensing part of the steel. And what we do is we circulate water through it to cool, because the earth is a certain temperature at all times.
My brother put one of those when he built his house over in Huntsville. And nobody knew how to service them.
Well, what it is they're new. I mean, it's new technology, and it's a little bit. You got to know a little bit about hydronics, and unless you took that part in the Botex school, you don't know it, so you ain't gonna know how it works. And
the
anyway,
technology was so new then that nobody.
Yes, ma'am. I got lucky, of course. I was in prison when I went, but anyway, I tried to use my time as best I could, so I went to Botex school, and that's where I learned how to do that. I'm a firm believer in education works. You know, I've seen the worst, and of course the person's got to want it, but still yet, if the person wants it, they can turn their life around with some education. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to get it until they mess up, you know.
I was the first one in my family that ever went to college.
Well, you what? You know my
Benny,
how you doing, man?
My daddy had the dairy farm over below Collar Heights.
On Collar Heights?
Below Collar Heights, he had Roseville Dairy.
Okay, yeah. Come on around, LJ.
I thought you would say what baby did.
He is. You can get the picture too. Hey, you been doing, brother?
Shit, I've been doing good. How you been doing?
Doing good. Joanna's on.
Everything going?
She's in. Yeah. Everybody's in there. Go on in. Come on up, baby. How's the world treating you, brother?
Good, how you
Doing good, man. Doing good. Joanna's in there. Go on in and make yourself at home. But yeah, and so anyway, Joanna, she's the type of person that she ain't never broke a law in her life. You know what I mean? And she wasn't going to let me do this. And I thought, man, I cannot leave this mountain letting that good drinking water run off or just running off and not somebody doing something with it. You know what I mean? Come on, we'll go up there and you can get a picture of the spring.
I'm going down to